fuck is IncaCon? Are leaks already out? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there are leaks already. But how did they spoil? Don't spoil me, fucker. Don't spoil me. But what is the context of like how you were spoiled? They saw the leaks and they just outright told you? I won't be able to see it on opening night. I'm gonna hopefully see it on the 23rd so that I can see it with Banana and the rest of our ragtag group. I was gonna see it. I was thinking of maybe even seeing it in the States, but fuck that. I want to enjoy it in nice, comfy seats in Mexico and with good fucking food and popcorn that is not overpriced. I'm tired of these almost $20 tickets. Oda, give us good answers. What is Anel wearing on his head? I mean, I thought that it was just... I thought it was like a beanie hat because of Eminem. Anything that is not in the trailer is a spoiler. I mean, if she told you Keanu Reeves was in it, then of course it wasn't a spoiler, right? But, I wonder. Would it be considered, I guess, would it be considered a spoiler? Because it's Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. If we suddenly had an appearance, a cameo of sorts with Cream to call, Chaos, Rouge, Amy. Would it be a spoiler? Well, yeah, it spoils you, so yeah, I guess it would be. It would take away the nice little surprise, like, oh my god, yay! Sucks. Oh my god, no, Oda, why were you saying... Akihiko sir is such a great guy. Oh wait, it's not the Akihiko that I was thinking of. It's just the reader. Ah. Oh my god. I would be fine if Omacha's replaces. Feel like this machine with Omocha's voice, and then it breaks because of all the fights going around. And it's like, hey, I would be satisfied with that. $32. Finally, this is the last SBS volume. He can make mistakes. Not even Oda knows how many dreads, tentacles Gitatsu has on his head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. So see, if Oda can forget how many hair tendrils he makes for a character and not be consistent, maybe we should just not get so hung up on the details. You know? Quick observation of Annette. When I realized that his line, I am God, is the same as the word for lightning, I thought I should recommend you the next presidential candidate for Wolf. What? Okay. Why did Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper peak too in the Alabasta baths? Why, you ask? Well, that's because they're all healthy boys. I don't think there needs to be any other reason than that. But for Chopper, he might have done it just because everyone else was. Frankly, to not want to peep on a beautiful girl when she's naked is a great disrespect to the girl. Uh. Exactly. We shouldn't sweat those kinds of details. Oda Sensei, previously in the 27th volume, you talked about the pseudonymous Sokotsuya-san, and now Sue's voice actor is credited as Sokotsuya-san. Who is the voice actor this time then? The real name is Nami's VA. It's pretty hard to tell, isn't it? Fancy name. Okay. Octopus shoes. That Connie medicine that Mont Blanc Nolan made really exists, doesn't it? The other day, I just opened up a dictionary and happened to see a definition for quinine, which is made from the bark of a quina tree. Is that the basis of the medicine in the story? Quinine, an alkaloid made from quina bark, works to relieve fever and stomachache, especially effective against malaria. Oh, yes, it does exist. However, the wood fever that I described in the story does not exist. So have no fear. Covering topics about disease is always delicate, as there is always a chance that people will find it too upsetting or it has too deep a historical context. Therefore, authors tend to fudge the details somewhat. I feel like that's mostly a thing that mangakas have to worry about, not novelists. Hissel! I'm an 8-year-old girl who likes animals in One Piece. I found a bird named Isa. That's right, it's a bird. Whenever I have trouble with the name, I just open my handy dandy book of bird. Nice. So it just takes names from animal books. Oda Sensei, try changing the shi in Nicaraguan's cinco fururu to chi. If you don't say it, I'll do it. So cinco flor. What's the situation underneath those leaves around Wipers? Wait, is he letting him? Oh, Tama. Otama-chan. Her I don't remember the name of her fruit, but I guess it has to dango no mi. Yeah, the dango that she can make. The chapter where it got revealed that she can actually technically use it also on humans if they're Zoan, got the theorists like all crazy, like, oh my god, that is so actually more powerful and a little bit dark. If a villain had her fruit, that can be like super bad. But then I don't remember how many chapters after that. What was it? A debuff was added to her power so that it wasn't that OP. I wonder if then that could work for Luffy, since now technically we know he's a Zoan, but he's a human model. Like, would it work on him, on Chopper? I mean, well, Chopper started as a reindeer, so not him. On him, Chopper. Fuck, I keep saying Chopper. On Luffy or Sengoku. They're the only ones that I know of those kinds. Yeah, they're the only ones. There hasn't been a Hito no Gandhi. Ah! You said you know about Tama. It's hard for me to gauge where the fuck you are. I know you're not an egghead. In my head, it's like, and you said that weren't you watching? Well, in your past stream, I saw that you were just like blatantly just putting One Piece episodes in your stream. Let's hope you don't get in trouble for that. So what, you're rewatching Marineford? I'm not answering any more of your questions when it comes to that. Because now you're gonna make now you've made me too subconscious now about what I'm saying. Okay, that's it for SBSs. So all I get for SBSs is that? Lame. Okay, then I'm gonna put the cover story in the same slide so it doesn't look completely empty. You mean Google? I can't reach Google? Okay. He's fighting a straw man with the little girl, like dinosaur this on the dog killing monster thing. He's back. Ah man, you're like at the very fucking start of Wano. I need to close my door. No vayas a ver la serie sin mí, ¿eh? Pues ya estoy grabando. Django. I wasn't paying a lot of attention to those episodes. Let me play it while I'm super concentrating on my comic. Is that how your brain works? I don't understand how you can just fall asleep to the most hype, the most paid, the art with the most payoff when it comes to references, cameos, everything tying in together. The audacity. What the fuck? You get another One Piece book. I am getting a voice from the void? What? How? What? Whoa, wait a minute, No, it was a while ago while I was watching like 40 episodes in a row. Why would you watch 40 episodes in a row? There is so much like explaining what happened in the previous episode though, so I can just draw during and I don't miss much because it's 90% flashbacks. It is the anime, so yes. Although I have to say, a little bit asquito that you're watching it in English. Gotta say, not very demure of you. A little bit icky. Also, why am I getting voices? Oh, the stream on YouTube is still fucking on. It did not end. I thought it ended. I thought it ended the stream on YouTube. Alright, so I still get the voices. Hey, Murder, what book did you get? I don't need Prozac, but I am taking some pain meds because I hurt my back. I'm gonna have to check all of these. Good to know that the fucking thing works over there. Did it copy? Ugh, the whiteness. So we have the beginning of Enel's journey, and then we have the ending. And you can say that that's that. You know, we don't need anything more. But no! There's actually way too much information in this fucking cover story. Just Enel casually walking on the moon, breathing somehow. It was like, is the moon inside of our atmosphere? Is the One Piece Earth's atmosphere a lot bigger than ours? How is this man breathing? Or because he's a Logia and he's technically lightning now, does he not need to breathe? Or is it like Dragon Ball, where it's like, yeah, sure, you can breathe in other planets and space. It's totally cool. Cocazo. Cállese. See, now this is an interesting one. It creates mystery. What? No, I don't want. I'm not going down this rabbit hole with you. Lene. Why? Why is it epic? I mean, Enel and his whole little adventure is... Sometimes I just lie awake in my bed and I just think on how everything is going on in the story, and then Enel is still on the moon. Living his best life. In life, I wish I could be Enel. Just go on a tyrannical rampage, almost kill a whole civilization and cultural references, lose a battle, and yet still go off on my wooden ship. Except for the whole ripping out my wings. I would not do that. I don't know how he can be more comfortable with his fucking drums than
the fuck? Where is he?
Than his wings from Burka. Burka has even more like bigger ones. And Fredo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the museum. Oh, that should be something that I should mention, shouldn't it? Yes. It's not in an SBS. I don't remember where they mention it, but Enel and the monks, the people he brings, are from Burka. Oh, wow. Out of all that, I love your last sentence. Everything else, very explosive, very specific at you. So welcome. If there is anything that you find that would be good information from Skypiea for a first timer, do let me know. I also misspelled Enel, his name, over here. Yes. Yes, I am. Hey, Brian. I think we did mention the dials. Before I move on from Skypiea, because we're basically done with it now. But I want to make sure... Yeah, so I did mention the dials. And as far as we're concerned, the most important thing about the dials...
descanso, ¿quieres agua? A mí me gusta el agua.
Thank you. Is the impact dial, the attack one, to repel attacks and also take hits and then push it back out. You can store fire in them, sound, like recorders. He might be. Good thing that we have a mod here. Brian, do your thing. This is your chance. You can show your power. Woo! Look at that power. Look at him flexing. Nah, but I'm hellish. There would be... Approved. Oh, I did deliberate. I just thought of it. I did remember there's a lot of people that like to tie in Skypiea to foreshadowing that happens in Wano with stuff that I can't mention anymore because Gross is not aware of this information. But is it so... What's the word? So fucking out there? It's a lot of reaching for it to count as foreshadowing. There's literally... For very concrete kind of stuff, there's only one actual thing that kind of ties it there, but I wouldn't say it's a foreshadow. It's just maybe something that Oda was already trying to cook up, but he didn't already know that it was going to happen like that. You need to be faster. No, I'm kidding. Take your time, savor it. It's in Colorado Springs? Of course it is. Here, this is important. The fact that not only is Enel not the first one to go at the moon, to be in the moon, he finds these little guys, and then he also finds that they're being attacked. They're like, what? The old Pork Chop Express never drive faster than you can see, and other than that, it's all in the... Is that a Speed reference?
色をあなたと並んで見ること海辺でも朝日でも
Look at how weird these guys are.
でも木立でもいい叶うでしょうか愛しさの影に隠れた痛みと
Aw.
わがままを全部飲み込んでもまだ優しい気持ちになれる満たされるよりも長く触れるよりも
I forgot that they lose their creator. In case you guys didn't catch up with this cover story, like these little guys were being terrorized by these other space pirates. They were created by this like really nice dude. Oops. He then dies. He kind of looks like he's in Shimotsuki village, Zoro's village from East Blue. And if not that, then maybe Wano, because it's very Japanese, like old Japanesey style. They see something attack the moon. He dies. And then they up their way. They up their way up to the moon. No super rocket, no NASA things, you know, just plain old helium. Because you don't need anything more. Space pirates are there. They get defeated. Now Enel destroys the space pirates. And because they're robots, he ends up accidentally reviving them. This is a better picture. I just have to remember that Enel turns himself into a human battery. I lowered it down, by the way. Powers it up, which brings everybody to life. Yeah, and then this is the big one. If anything, more than actually Skypiea being tied into Wano, it's fucking Enel's after story that is really, really like, what the fuck? We just want to see Enel back. We need to see him back because this image is crazy. This fucking image. I mean, you can't tell, gross, but this fucking hieroglyphic shit that he finds, these wall paintings, there's so much info that Oda used for, not even for Wano, like post-Wano stuff that gets revealed later. And the fact that people remember and there's like, oh my god, everybody go back to the cover of volume whatever, chapter 470. It's like, oh my god. I see colors. I see colors and smell numbers. Have I seen this one before? Wait. Oh yeah, this is the one that's it proves the different kind of sky people that exist. The Skypians with their small little wings, the Burkas with their big wings, And then, fuck, what was the third one? I think the third ones are supposed to be Lunarians? Maybe. And yeah, Enel just ends up being a god of the moon. I would just want to confirm if Enel's happy with that. Like, is he satisfied? He's in the moon. Yay. What else is there? It's fairly small compared to the planet. There's no vegetation that we see. There's no other fun things. There's only one race that lives there, and they're not human. They're robots, androids. They only work on electricity, so yes, you have your own little army and you can make your own society. But it's just being an echo chamber. Is that all that you want? Not even to find a love interest, a partner? You just want to grow old and die? You're not a god now. You are gonna grow old. And then if he dies, where is his fruit gonna go? Unless they actually can grow crops, maybe like underwater, not underwater, underground or something. Maybe in the secret city that he found, they are able to grow some sort of food. Because he needs food. They don't. But he does. How does he live? Where do you get your water, bro? You probably have as many UTIs as I do. Or even more. That's why I feel he has to come back. And if he doesn't come back, he's gonna get a lot of visits from people that are gonna have to start looking for a new home. Well, that marks the ending of this adventure. But I'm gonna move this one over here. So then that's the end of that. That means now we get to go to the Water 7 Saga. Yay! Everybody's favorite. And Water 7 has... Is it called the Foxy Arc? Or the Davy Back fight? No, I don't think it's called either. It's called something else. It's something else. Don't tell me. I know it's something else. Without looking, Long Ring Island? No, Long Island Land. Long Rain Long Land. Yeah. See? I knew I could somehow remember it. Also, it's spelled Saga with a T. Ocean's Dream Arc. I'm pretty sure that's filler. Foxy's Return. Pretty sure that's filler too. Long Rain Long Arc. Continuation. Jesus. Is that like canon and then 2 filler arcs in the middle and then continuing canon material again? No wonder anime only hated the Foxy arc. Ah, okay, so these are the extra trials. Foxy to take wrong this time. Yeah, those are the extra trials. Ocean's Dream, that's a filler. Fox's Return is a filler. Then it's gonna put Water 7. Then he has Lobby and Post. Then he has Lobby. By the way, is anybody here a fan of zombie movies or just me? And I mean like any kind of zombie movies, like even the shitty ones. Have you heard of this new one that just came out on Netflix? Very misleading title, but yeah. I like the take on it. It's a lot more subtle. It's not like World War Z, like bah, in your face. I would say it's more low key and slow burn. Like I'm blanking. Like We're All Dead. Yes, that's the one. We're All Dead. So it's Korean, and they have been killing it. They do seem to be copying their own formula on the aesthetic, which is the white ice for zombies. But I like it. I really, really do. It's a series, it's not a movie. I should also mention. So that's why it's also a bit of a slow burn. I love when you see the spreading of the disease from far away, and you get that uncanny feeling. I have to say, let me go on this tangent because in the past 5 years or so, I've been consuming a lot more Korean content. I've also been getting more into and also seeing a lot of Korean bloggers, getting more into the differences between Japanese and Korean stuff, just so that I could also see those kinds of things, so that I can enjoy more their K-dramas. Because I cannot enjoy Japanese dramas. Their anime is fine because they're cartoony and it makes kind of sense. But in real life, I cannot. Their acting. If it's normal movies, I think they're fine. But when they're trying to do their own telenovelas, their own dramas, I can't relate. The way that they're so passive about everything. Everything is subtleness and nothing is directly said. Like, nah. Koreans I can fuck with because they are loud Mexicans are loud. They like spicy food. We like spicy food. They like to drink a lot. We like to drink a lot. They have a lot of toxic familial relationships and generational trauma that has to do with always respecting your elders, no matter how much they abuse you. We also get abused by our elders. So yeah, we have a lot of things in common. Thank you. New chair, by the way. New chair, meet Brian. So I need to explain a lot about this movie because I find it so interesting how I said new chair. New chair, meet Brian. Brian, new chair. I might have gotten mixed up. Anyway, I find this interesting because Korea, like real life Korea, is kind of has a very advanced technology reputation, just like Japan. Everything looks very organized. Everything looks very clean. They are very well kept. High working schedule. Also high suicide rates. I think Japan actually has gone down a little bit, but it's still pretty bad. But in recent years, Korea's been losing on their birth rate because the whole thing about male isolation and how men are being abused because the women don't want to put out is like, oh, well, maybe their laws when it comes to women and protecting them and anybody that gets SA'd, horrible stuff. And then we got the movie Parasite that won the Oscar. Huge movie, and it shows the classism that Korea has, and they even put more emphasis when it comes to age. Like, yeah, sure, in Mexico we respect our elders and we are taught to always look after our elders and to do it from the bottom of our heart. In Korea, it's like, bitch, he can be 2 months older than me and I'm supposed to already veneer him? I'm not gonna veneer this person just because they're 2 years older than me. We were born the same year. No. They just that kind of mentality also like, it just I don't like it. And there's a lot of subtle criticisms that I see that they're using in this series. And it's just crazy how they can be so self-aware about the things that they lack in their own society and show it a lot in their shows. And still maybe not fight for a better way of life. I don't know. I guess it would kind of be like if Mexico did a show where they showed a lot of cartel activity. I mean, do we have the Narcos? Yes, but we didn't make that shit. I think that was made by the Americans. Mexicans didn't make that. Let me show you the thing. Okay, there it goes. What kind of pandemic? So this show is not happening, I think, in modern times. I mean, not present time. It's happening like 2022, maybe? Like at the very end, like people are just barely getting out of the pandemic. No more wearing the mask. A lot of people still wear the mask. And everybody's still like a little, oh my God, we're still in Zoom classes, Zoom meetings or whatever. Everybody's still working at home. So they're using a lot of them and telling how people were affected during that time for this series on the zombie one. And also the way that it's carried out, the way that it started, the zombie disease or whatever. It's not because some evil mastermind like Umbrella Corporation tried to do. And it's not something natural that got spread out like in Train Busan. But it's actually because of COVID. And I find that hilarious. There's a little bit nuance to the story, but in like the basis of basis, this happened because of COVID. See, because of COVID pills. That's funny. And then the first episodes happen like all over the place, but the main story happens inside of that place. Because another thing that Koreans are doing, which baffles the fuck out of me, because in your head, does a wealthy person live in an apartment or a house? In my head, you're really well off if you have a house. That's your property. That's your house. You have territory. You are wealthy. And especially in California, because fuck is the market horrible here. Like, nobody wants to live in apartments anymore. But in Korea, it's like the best. It's like high class. If you live in an apartment, that is the best, and you are high class as fuck. And apparently having a house is just not cool anymore. I don't know. It's really weird. And the main character wants to live in this apartment complex, which is like, I don't know, like 6 buildings all in the same area by the same developer, I guess. And it's a really weird system. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I don't know if it's a Korean only thing. Oh shit. That's horrible. I hope people didn't die. And it was like in the middle of the night. But here's the system about this apartment thing. So you have 6 buildings, right? And they're great amenities, very exclusive, and floors 1 through 5 are public. And from 6 to 15 or 20, I don't remember how many floors it has. I think it's 15. From 6 to 15 is like high-end, like people that are doctors, lawyers, CEOs, like a lot of money, right? And they're the ones that actually pay even more. So the other ones, it has like, I guess, about like control rent. Like for 10 years, they sign a contract and their lease cannot go up in 10 years. And the only way that a normal person could get one of those apartments is through a point system. And it's, for example, did you graduate high school with really high grades? 1 point. Did you go to a university? 1 point. Was it a good university? Even more points depending on how prestigious it was. Did you graduate with high scores? That's another point. What kind of job do you have right now? What kind of income do you have? And because of the low birth rate, you also get extra points if you are recently married or are planning to have children. So you need to get all those points to be able to apply for the cheap apartments on the ground, closest to the ground, and then you get there. There's a lot of classism. I love that shit because it makes me angry. And I love a show that makes me feel angry, and then I can cuss the fuck out of the bitch-ass people. And then I'm just like rooting. It's like, yes, die, fucker. Die, you classist pig. Unless that person causes the good guys to die, which also happens, and I hate them. And then I wish more death upon them. I already have one bitch that I hate. No, don't make me angry about real life stuff, though. Don't make me angry about real life stuff.
Si quieres, toma un descanso. ¿Quieres agua? A mí me gusta el agua.
I think an apartment downtown in a big city. Oh, well, I mean, if you're talking about like New York, I think Chicago is also in that kind of world now. New York, Chicago. Malibu, I think, is all about condos. But you're saving my kidney, so it's fine. Which, by the way, I am off of my antibiotics. I just need to drink a lot of fucking water. But the disease is out for now. Anyway, I really recommend this series. I like it. These are most of the main cast in this shot right now. And I'm telling you right now, that the lady at the far right with like this church dress thing, we hate her. You haven't seen this show, you don't know who that is, but we hate her for now. She's not one of us. She doesn't fuck with us, and we just want her to die. Also, the old guy in the middle with the little table, we hate him too. Fuck him. And the guy right above, also hate him. There's a lot of machismo, a lot of misogyny as well in society, and I really, really hope that they fucking die. Except the guy in the brown jacket. We love him. He's a cutie patootie. And also the guy at the very back. He's another cutie patootie. And I really hope he doesn't die, but he's totally gonna die because he's too nice. It's always the nice ones that die in these movies. And I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry when he does. But I super recommend.
25あの日から変わった幸せな日常に大きな亀裂が不安と悲しみも世話はいらないんだ君からの愛情ももう感じないんだ寝ぼけてる君もくしゃっとなる笑顔いつまでも手つないでいられると思ってた結婚のその先の未来まで見据えていたんだ聖なる夜の日は君と過ごした日々に
Huh. Lola hadn't paid attention to this. Anyway, it just started, and I'm watching it with my mom. And I heard her turn on the TV in the living room. So I was like, don't you fucking dare watch it without me. Especially because she cannot recap very well. God damn it, I'm gonna need to rewatch these. This is 6, and it already... It shows Enia's lobby stuff. And this is 8, but I don't, this doesn't show anything. And then 9 is Jungle Peep. But it already shows Sunny and it shows Thriller Bark, so no. So just these two. And then from those cover stories, is there anything like good? I mean, Enel's story happens in Water 7. Then we have Miss Golden Week. Not really interested. I think the only interesting thing in Golden Week is I think maybe we see Mr. 3 getting arrested. Which lets us know that he is going to be an Impel Down. And I don't remember which cover story also tells us on how Buggy ends up in Impel Down. He does. Like, there's a little scratch at the back of my brain. It's like, yes, there is somewhere that shows Buggy getting sent there. I just don't remember where, and it doesn't seem to be shown here. CP9's independent report is like so stupid. I don't understand. The Gorosei are super understaffed. Yeah, I remember a scene, at least in the anime. I remember a scene of Alvida being with Buggy's crew. And they were like super sad, like, Buggy, we need to go rescue our Sensho. And then Alvida's trying to convert them to be her crew now and abandon Buggy. I just don't remember the exact events that he gets captured in, because he makes it to the Grand Line before being captured, because Ace meets him for a tiny little bit. They cross paths. Who knows? I'll just have to be a mention like, oh yeah, Buggy is an Impel Down. He gets captured because shenanigans.